An idea because we're about to start. And then somebody.
Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2.
I got a fire song on him.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Pictures of fire.
The flash on that one? I'm gonna go over there so you know.
Hello everyone, welcome to LFS 11. I'm one of your commentators, Jacob Stapp. I'm joined by Noah Argo. And the first fight we have here is Jordan Rogers and
Christian Sanchez.
Going at it. The weight distribution is a little unbalanced, but I think overall it's going to be a great fight.
Alright, so start. You can unmute. Okay.
We are about to get the fight started. Our referee is Seth Story.
Alright, ready? About to start.
No.
Okay, well now let's got five there.
Okay. You see Xavier in the back. You know, he's got to watch his brother. That's Sanchez right there.
Clean fight.
Sanchez in the black gloves, Rogers in the red.
Start 3. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go!
And the fight has begun. Immediately, Rogers is already off to a quick, aggressive beginning.
But so is Sanchez. Sanchez has the weight and
I don't
power
know, he
over
seems
him.
rather defensive.
He is very defensive because Jordan has more of the agileness that you really need to watch out against, especially in MMA fighting. Going for kicks with shoes on, that is a move by both of them. You know, when me and Xavier fought here, I think it was kind of just an agreed not to. Yeah, see, it's an agreement not to really kick with no shoes on because it hurts a lot.
Well, Rogers actually has lost his shoes here, so he can actually gain that kicking ability back.
And he gets that gain more of the speed. Sanchez is having his way with him with that power that I was talking about earlier.
And
Sanchez has him down on the ground.
Sanchez has him down on the ground. Can he get back up? Oh, and he has him in a headlock. Oh, he has him in a headlock. Oh, can Rogers get out of this? Sanchez is really in control right now. Okay, Rogers is back up. They're both back up. Rogers has been taking quite the beating so far.
Overall, an entertaining first round from Rogers and Sanchez.
There's 45 left. Look at their, we can look at their stats. He's got 5, 7, 5, 6, 132, 160, 15 and 14. See, Sanchez over there, Sanchez has some good coaches, but also Jordan has, in my opinion, the better coaches here, as you have Xavier Rogers and Seth Story. Seth Story is a really very proficient MMA fighter, and so is Xavier, who knows a lot about MMA and the world of fighting. And I think overall, coaching-wise, I think Jordan has better coaches. It's more. Alright, we are starting round 2. Let's get here their stats.
1, go.
Now, as you can see, this is actually both their first time fighting for LFS.
Sanchez once again coming back in, just really aggressive. Sanchez walking out of the octagon. Ooh.
Landed on thick.
Now they're both playing more defensive this round rather than how they were coming out aggressive. I definitely think that has to do with their being tired. We're doing 2-minute rounds, just for those curious. One Rogers. That will be up to our judges. Sanchez just consistently hitting blows. Rogers' gloves coming undone. Sanchez in the corner right now. Good spacing. Sanchez seemed like he's getting really tired here. Jordan kind of seems to have the energy still. Nice kick by Sanchez. Sanchez in the corner. Jordan kind of seems to be leading this fight right now. Kind of seems, however, Jordan is wanting to go. This fight is going to go that way. Ooh, really good hit by Jordan.
A leg catch and a rebound.
Break.
That is round 2. Some pretty aggressive fighting towards the end there, especially. But both very defensive fighters right now, as they're both they're getting pretty tired. I mean, you can feel it in just the way they're both punching right now.
Okay, so that first round, we're thinking that's a Christian win. He was choking the hell out of Jordan. But that second round, Christian was dropping them hands. Jordan was decking him. He drew blood, right? So it is 1-1 right now. This last round will decide the winner.
Okay. All right. The last round of the preliminary fight.
On to
Okay?
round
We got
3.
Jordan and Christian. All right. 3, 2,
Yes, once again.
1, go.
Both being very defensive. Sanchez coming in super aggressive, really in control right now.
Watch that neck. Don't hit that.
He's hitting the neck. Can definitely get him penalized in this fight. You know, we had that fight. I think it was like the second or third LFS. I can't remember what his name was. Got hit in the back of the head with a punch. That was one of those disaster.
Oh, I showed up just in time for the aftermath of that
Yeah,
fight, actually.
one of the most disasterful LFSs that we've had, I feel. Shoe came off of Sanchez, hitting so hard. Sanchez seeming kind of out of breath right now. Jordan is still really in this fight. I feel like the adrenaline's going both. Oh, Sanchez loses his other shoe.
Both seem rather cautious.
Yeah, I think they're just more or less realizing, you know, I definitely think round 2, you know, it's obviously up to our judges, but it's more about, you know, who has better points here, because I don't think anyone's getting knocked out. I really hope not. But good right hook by Jordan. Jordan with good kicks. Sanchez misses his kick. Very defensive. Jordan with a wide right hook. Missed though. Sanchez very defensive right now. Jordan playing on the aggressive side. Oh, switching up a little bit. Sanchez now more aggressive. Jordan defensive. Rogers very defensive. Both getting very close. Sanchez has Rogers in a hold right now. Ooh, Sanchez has Rogers on the ground. Who is in control? It's really hard to tell.
Someone's got to get out.
Ooh, hit him in the back of the head. Back of the head. That is a penalty hit if I've ever seen one. And that is the end of round 3. We're going to leave it to our judges to decide who won this fight.
The end of our preliminary bouts.
I want to see what's going to happen.
Well, our judges are discussing right now who's won.
I'm trying to figure out whether Sanchez will take it or Rogers.
You know, I want to try to keep my broadcasting unbiased, but really, I just feel like Rogers just did
I don't
that.
see, honestly, I don't see a world in which Rogers didn't do that. Sanchez, he put up a good fight, threw a couple good punches, but I mean, Rogers, he was really in control of the whole thing.
And Sanchez was just he used a lot of that energy in that first round. He definitely did put up a really good fight, especially that first round. And towards the end of that third round, where he was really he had Jordan in that headlock. If Jordan had tapped out right then, he would have won. But I think overall, Jordan just had more control the entire fight, and I think, yeah.
Okay.
And our judges have gotten done with discussion.
It's time to see.
Referee Seth Story and Judge Seth Story is going to be out here to announce who the winner is. We're going to announce it for you as well, since it's going to be a little bit hard to hear.
Alright. After 3 long rounds, we got a winner. We're going to go. First round, Christian had that.
First round,
He got
Christian.
Jordan in a chokehold. That was nice, right? But Christian used a lot of stamina. He was not
First
able to
round
hold
went
out
to
through the 3
Christian.
rounds. Jordan had that second round. He drew blood. We love to see
Christian
that.
had a really good
So
first
third
round,
round, that
really
was a good
strong,
third round,
but
that was
used a
close.
lot of his energy,
But we
especially
think
towards the beginning of round 2 and round 3.
That Jordan.
And there you have it, folks. Jordan has won the preliminary
Give it up
bouts.
for both fighters.
Both fighters did amazing. And I think this is halftime now, while we wait for our main event.
Okay.
Who gets the two?
At around 8:50, we're gonna have the disgraced former champion Xavier Rogers.
What? I wasn't even a champion.
Okay, he just cleared up to me. He's just disgraced. He was never a champion. He's coming back after a year. Highest he was in the mountains training with Buddhist monks. He's coming back to reclaim his glory. I think his current record looks something like, I don't know, lost to Seth, the greatest LFS fighter ever, and he won a couple. But he will be fighting the newcomer, Luis Privos, right? Luis has no experience, literally zero at all. Xavier had to beg him to do this fight. It looks unfair. It looks like the odds are stacked against Luis, but I don't know. I think I think
He might be able to take home this
he
belt.
might be able to take home this belt. He might be able to take home this win, right? Tonight is a big night for the Rogers household. Like I said, we got Xavier fighting, but Jordan Rogers, his little brother, just won his first LFS bout. He looks like he has a promising career in the sport, right? But will Xavier Rogers take the belt home, and will the Rogers be able to celebrate all night long? Will Privos pull off the upset? Find out in 2 minutes.
And we are starting our main event fight. Xavier Rogers versus Luis Privos. I think I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Privos is actually this is his first fight, his debut. Rogers, as previously mentioned, disgraced non-champion, stepping in the ring, and it's looking pretty like Seth said, pretty stacked against Privos. But you know what? Honestly, I've got hope for him. I've got hope for our debut fighter, and I think he can pull this off.
Yeah. You know, I think it's going to be great. You know, definitely Xavier has more of a weight advantage, but I think overall, I think this is going to be a pretty even fight. You know.
Alright. This is a title fight for the bantamweight, heavyweight, featherweight belts between Luis.
This is the title fight between Prevost and Rogers.
Xavier is a storied.
Xavier is
LFS. This is Luis's first fight.
Xavier is a champion of LFS. Actually, he's really good friends with
we
the
got some believers, right?
CEO of LFS. Actually, this is Luis's first ever LFS fight. He has never stepped into the ring before, but I believe we are in for a great fight. He's had some great training for the last couple of years over fighting.
3,
I think it's gonna be great.
2, 1, go.
And we are off to the first round. Xavier playing more defensive. Lewis going for some hits. Xavier seems to kind of be in control already, and Xavier already has him on the ground.
Hey, yo, keep it PG.
Xavier seems to be in a lot of this. And Lewis just not letting, And Lewis is out of that. That is impressive, especially for a brand new fighter. Lewis in for the kicks. Ooh, and a good hit by Xavier. Xavier got some really good jabs in there. And they're on the ground. Lewis fighting his way out of this. Xavier has really good control over him, though. Oh, and a great hit to the face by Lewis. Both recovering right now, catching their breaths. Who will swing? Oh. Some quick jabs that aren't hitting. Good shot to the body. Going for that rotate.
Rogers is loving those spin attacks.
Rogers is just. Lewis is getting some good hits. Xavier, though. Prevost getting up. Xavier in. Rogers with the headlock. Prevost almost up. Prevost almost up. He's got this.
Get that leg. You see that leg down there?
Rogers is just having his way with him right now.
You tapping? All right.
And
Prevost
Rogers has the first round. Prevost tapped out after Rogers had him in an excellent hold. And there you have it, folks. There's the first round of the Rogers v. Prevost bout.
Both great fights by both people. Xavier Rogers, I had a discussion with him before. He was talking about how he was so, he really had the confidence in this fight, and it's showing. It is showing that he has this confidence.
He's in his game right now. This is.
I talked to Lewis as well. He was like, I'm a little nervous to fight for the first time, but he's putting on a great show, and he is showing that he does deserve to be here, and he needs to be here more often.
I would just like to point out the state of the corner. It's a sad scene.
Well, you can also say the same thing about Rogers. He has no one in this corner. He just has.
He's alone.
That's kind of fair.
He has
Okay.
aura.
Rogers is a lone wolf. He doesn't need help from anybody. Now Prevost on the other hand, he's got the champion in his corner. He's got Seth right there with him.
We have Ortiz, Alex Ortiz coming in as his coach here. Seth talking to him about the rules of the fighting. I think Lewis needs to know a little more than Xavier, but I think this is gonna be another great round. I think it's gonna be more even this time, as Xavier's probably more tired. Lewis was throwing in some good punches. Lewis was really hitting some really good strikes, really, honestly. But I think we are in for round 2. If our ref, once again, here are our stats.
All right. Ready? Fighters ready? Yeah? All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
And round 2 is off.
Touch up. Just do it for a second. All right, y'all good now.
Both very playing defensive. Lewis with a good sweep. Traded blows there. Now I will say Xavier is really prone to bloody noses, so if he does get hit at all really in his nose, he will start to show blood, and I feel like that will sway the judges just a little bit.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, some might say that was kind of the reason Seth won his fight with Xavier. These are, both the ref and Xavier are mortal enemies in this sport. Good face hit by Rogers. Creating some space.
For the head and gut.
His hands are down.
Xavier has his hands down. He's a little cocky almost, if you want to think about that.
Another spin attack. It's almost his premium, his move this game, I would say.
You know, anytime I see someone else in the sport do it, I'm just like, oh, that is Xavier Rogers right there. They watched film.
You can tell he's seen Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Only they connect.
I think they connect pretty well. Xavier Lewis just only on defense. Xavier having complete control over this fight right now. Lewis really just needs to get some good hits off, and he will have control it once again. Staggered a little bit with that hit to the head. Now Lewis is wearing headgear because like we've said, he's never fought in LFS before. So he, just as a precaution, because we've had some pretty awful first fighter experiences, you know, want to make sure he's safe. Rogers has his hands down completely. I mean, it's almost as he's just taunting Lewis at this point.
We've got roughly 40 seconds left in the match here. We can see how it's going to tie up.
I mean, you know, you look at him and you're like, wow, he's just, the disrespect Rogers is showing Lewis right now. Out of this world.
Is it disrespect? Yeah.
I think it's disrespect because, you know, he might be fatigued, but I mean, even if he was fatigued, he's keeping his hands up. He's not going to put him all the way down.
He's a smart man. He knows how to play this game.
Yeah, he knows how to fight.
Ooh, another Roadhouse fight.
Ooh, good counter by Rogers. Rogers slowly getting more into this fight.
He seems like he's
as much
aiming to kill almost.
Yeah, he isn't here for just points. He's here to KO.
And there you have it, the second round, folks.
Our second round of the fight.
And here we have the third round of the Prevost v. Rogers fight.
And they are off.
Well, hold on.
Oh, well, okay. They touched them, so.
And now they are off
Now
for
they
the
are
third
off
round.
for this third round. I think Xavier there's two real choices he has here in this fight. As he's been really in control, he can either go for the quick submission, or he can tire out Lewis so much that it becomes a bloodbath by the end.
You know, I'm actually pretty sure, Jacob, that Roger he learned that move, the roundhouse, from those from the Buddhist monks that he's been training with.
That's so true. It's just, you know, the Buddhist monks, though, they don't believe in violence, so that's why he's only going for body shots. Is, you know, if he was able to, if he was trained by other people other than Buddhist monks, I think he could get a head kick in. And Xavier going in for the submission right now. Lewis on the ground. Xavier in control.
He's got him
Lewis
completely wrapped. Completely wrapped.
Xavier with the chokehold. Will Lewis get out of this, or will he just give up and submit?
And there
he
we go.
gave
Lewis
up and
has it. He
submitted.
tapped out. He's done.
Did not even put up a fight.
You can see he seems sort of defeated here. So he's back on his feet.
He's back on his feet. Definitely defeated. I would be too after a fight like that.
Okay. We're gonna let our judges discuss who the winner is, and then oh no,
Well,
it seems
it's,
that they.
Typically, if people tap out 2 rounds, they kind
I
of
mean,
lose.
it seems pretty clear, but
After 3 grueling rounds, I heard that people who are timing this can't count. They were doing 3-minute rounds, not 2 minutes. So it felt a little long.
3-minute rounds.
Well, you know,
I know, great
mistakes
performance,
happen.
right?
It's okay.
Uphill battle for Lewis, kind of unfair. It's his first time fighting somebody who's fought a bunch.
And Lewis
but
just
he did
looked
great.
completely defeated
With that
right
being
now.
said,
Xavier.
I mean, it was a Rogers sweep tonight, guys.
Rogers sweep tonight.
Both brothers.
Xavier has definitely won this round.
I would argue, you know, obviously Xavier really swept this entire fight, but Jordan really had a great couple of fights. So that is LFS 11. You know, and here's our judge. Here's our referee, Seth Story.
I mean, you know, what a bloodbath. That was brutal, right? Really, you got to give some respect to Lewis for being willing to fight Xavier with no experience. You know, he only had a year to train. Like, that's no time when you really think about it. But you got to give it to Lewis. That was great that he even got in the ring with Xavier. But, I mean, it was a Rogers sweep tonight, guys. It was very clear. Xavier dominated both those rounds. He got first and third round, he got a submission. I mean, if you get a submission, you win the round, right? In the second round, he was running circles around Lewis. I mean, he was trying his best to play defense, but Xavier was getting those punches in. But, I mean, I heard that apparently the GOAT, one would say the John Jones of the LFS, is returning tonight. That being Seth Story, and he's going to fight a Rogers, right? Jordan and Xavier already fought. Who's left? Who is he going to fight? Could this be a 3-peat for the Rogers tonight? Or will Seth, you know, come out of retirement and claim his stake as still the LFS GOAT? I will find out.
And now before then, I would like to get an interview with our champion of the night, Lewis. So how are you feeling in that?
I'm feeling good.
That first round, you know, you were getting some really good hits in on Xavier there.
I'm feeling good. I mean, I only have like 10 minutes of practice in total from Xavier himself. So.
Hey, you know, learn from the best. You know.
We ball.
We have a question. What do you think about the 3-minute time change?
3 minutes, shit, I knew it felt a little long, but we ball.
You know,
I'm alive.
hey, you know, mistakes happen.
Mistakes happen, you know. It's okay.
It only can be helped. But yeah, that is LFS. Now, we do have one more surprise fight with another Rogers child, Tegan Rogers against the champion, Steven Story. I mean, this is a fight that really has been in the making.
Battle of the ages, man.
It has been in the making for decades now.
Probably since LFS began, honestly.
We have been trying to get this fight happen for so long, but Tegan really just has. It's really hard to get an amazing talent like him. You know, it's.
And Seth's prior charges
LFS has no comment on that.
Yeah, we do not know or condone anything our fighters do.
It's all AI generated.
What our fighters do out of the cage.
to do with what they do. The following fight is AI generated.
So we have our champion, Seth Story, the 19-year-old,
In one corner of the
versus
of the ring.
Tegan.
All right, so we've got Seth Story returning, our returning champion at 19 years old and probably pretty fat, if I had to guess. And then in the other corner, we have Tegan. He is 18,
And he is in perfect peak condition. For a fight.
perfect condition. He's ready for this.
It is a fight that you have two Goliaths in LFS history, and honestly, it could go either way tonight. Whoever wins, I'm so happy that they won, and it's gonna be so surprising whoever wins.
The real question here, Jacob, is though, will it be a Rogers sweep tonight? I believe in it.
Hey, 2 out of 3. Let's go. That's pretty good odds. That's over 50%
All right,
odds.
we got Xavier here stepping back into the ring so he can officiate the fight.
And Seth going bare knuckle fights. That is
Just
quite
completely.
the
Oh,
move.
wow. Okay.
So, let's see who wins.
All right.
Tegan just being disrespectful as always. I mean,
All right,
that is
here it
why
goes. We started off. Oh.
you love to see Tegan fight. I mean, look at those moves.
Oh,
Oh my
oh
God!
my
Seth
God.
with the backbreaker.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Seth with the Bane backbreaker. How is he
Oh, he's
still
got him
up?
though. Wait, hold on. That's insane.
Oh my! And he hit him.
Seth is falling.
Seth is
Our
down.
champion is
Seth
down.
is down.
Oh my
Tegan
God.
Rogers.
Oh my God. There you have it, folks. That's the Rogers.
Oh my! This Rogers sweep.
There you have it,
Xavier
folks.
putting his differences aside with Xavier. It's Seth to help him up. Seth just completely out of this game, dude. That is a
The
crazy.
champion was defeated. Look at him. He's disgraced
He is
in the ring.
disgraced.
Oh my God. The tourniquet.